we're back. We haven't gotten very far, as you can see. We've played just over 4 hours, and we're only 11% into the game. Huzzah! But again, I am spending a lot of time laughing at people. So, Amara or Cassie? I just want to fish out these two, but I should, go gradually. So, friends. Oh, definitely we have to do Cassie first.
Hi again! Get over here!
Cassie's voice cuts through the loud murmur of the other students around you, and you find yourself making your way to her.
Remember last time I helped you with water basics? Well, this time I need a little bit of help.
Sure, with what?
Siren mages are great at controlling currents. But I can't figure out how to do the same thing with stupid air. And I'm in danger of failing aeromancy. Help me out.
Sure.
You are a lifesaver! Like a real lifesaver, not the stupid rings on boats. Those save very few lives in my experience. At least in dashed against the rock scenarios. Sorry, off topic. Gotta focus. Air currents should be like water currents. But they're not. Help me out.
Okay. So let's see. Oh, this is sweet right here.
Someone's showing off. I see a good one.
Okay. This is good enough.
Cute.
Let's just get some pure,
Ooh,
just in case.
do you see it?
Oh, I see. Oh, you didn't mess it up. Good.
I
This
like
one.
it.
You could have gone that way. You could have gotten a 5-er.
Not too bad.
Combo. Awesome, Cassie.
Cassie wasn't lying. She sucks at aeromancy. As you conjure gusts of wind, she grows increasingly frustrated with her inability to follow along.
Air is so stupid. I hate it. I wish it was more like water.
What do you love about water?
Besides everything, I love how it feels to move through it. I love the pressure on my skin as I dive deeper. I love how my hair looks when the currents are pulling it.
Air can do that too.
What, the hair thing?
Here, focus on this.
You build up some air magic and direct a strong flow of wind up Cassie's back and into her hair, teasing it apart and setting it blowing gently above her head.
Feel familiar?
Yeah, sort of. It's not quite the same, but I see what you mean. Here, let me try.
You spend the next hour channeling wind around Cassie's body as she slowly learns to grab a hold of the air currents and direct them in the ways that she wants. At the end, she's a long way from anything approaching mastery, but she's got the basics down well enough. She captures you in a big, soft hug and plants a kiss on your cheek.
Another hugger!
Thank you so much! It's still pretty hard, but I don't think I'll fail now, and I really don't want to fail. I'm still terrified of fire magic, but that's a problem for later. You're the best!
Little winky face, so cute. Continue. Okay. Oh. He's halfway there. One more to half for him. Oh, gotta go for Lil.
Today,
See how
you
he's gonna
find
hurt me
yourself
now.
in Advanced Transmutation, a class filled with juniors and seniors you don't know. There are no other freshmen here, but you decided to attend because...
There's a particular spell I'm hoping to learn, I suppose.
Turning stuff into other stuff? The applications are endless. There's no way you're waiting another 2 years to learn this. You're following the lecture well enough, but halfway through there's a practice element, and all the upperclassmen are already partnered up.
Oh no! no!
Scanning the room to see if there's anyone left, you're surprised to spot Lynn. He's sitting alone at a desk, partly hidden behind a column, trying not to draw attention to himself.
Let's walk over.
Oh, hey. It's good to see you again. Thanks for convincing me to go to the infirmary.
Riley was supposed to tell me when you were out, is what I wanted to... I'm gonna ask him if he's feeling better.
Yeah and no. I'm stable, but not closer to getting myself out of this mess. You're a freshman, right? What are you doing in an advanced course?
I'm trying to learn a particular spell.
Well, you need to get the principal theories down first. But then, you'll be able to pick up specific spells in your own. In addition to everything else going wrong, no one here knows how to tell the school's enchantments that exiled due to monstrous transformation is an acceptable excuse for missing class.
Is it safe for you to be here?
The healers think so. They didn't fill me with confidence, but I feel like a big enough burden as it is without questioning their judgment.
Yeah, the more time spent away from Morgan, the better.
Passing my classes doesn't feel like the most important thing right now, but I don't know what else to do with myself. I've never failed a class in my life. I don't want to start, on top of everything else I've done wrong.
I get it.
And Riley said that attending classes is a good way to keep the school's wards convinced that I'm a student and not something they should banish. So classes are keeping me productive and safe.
Lynn is setting up spell components as he talks to you, but his massive arm brushes against a rack of vials and sends the entire thing clattering to the ground. Some nearby students are startled, but they pointedly don't look at Lynn.
Or it would feel productive if I could do it.
Here, let's practice together.
I'll just get in the way. I know the material, but every time I try to do anything, I screw it up. Clumsy body, clumsy magic.
Oh, I so want to go with that third option. Oh, we're gonna do it. I think your body's awesome.
You... what?
I said what I said.
Yeah, I heard you. That's, an opinion, I guess.
This is like
My body's a disaster, but my mind still works fine. If you want to do most of the actual work, I think I can guide you through it.
Okay. So this... We'll start here. And then we'll go here.
Creative.
That got chaos. Let's add some more time and get points. Go here and that sets up the combo.
Creative.
These two.
Hmm.
The little laughs are adorable. Okay, what if we go like this? And here. This one.
Creative. Sweetheart.
This one.
Hmm.
This one's
Elegant.
that. Let's just go with simmer. See what happens there. Oh, sweet, we got this one.
Sweetheart.
You and Lynn complement each other's weaknesses, but that doesn't make the first few minutes of your partnership any less frustrating. You read and reread your notes from the lecture, but Lynn still has to walk you through the concepts closely as nearby students race ahead. When Lin gets impatient and tries to do the magic himself, it misfires spectacularly, exploding the hunk of glass you're working with and sending the other students ducking behind tables with shrieks and curses.
Sorry everyone. Not gonna do that again. This is terrible. I've always been all finesse and no power. Now I'm all power and no finesse. This is so much worse.
Just tell me what to do.
Gradually, you form an effective partnership. Lin tries not to be bothered by the subtle shields the other students erect in your direction, as he slowly re-explains the concepts you're working with.
Oh, I love it, the subtle shields.
As things start going more smoothly, Lin relaxes. It's only when he knocks something over or catches another student staring that he shrinks back in on himself. As you get more comfortable with transmutation, you gain a finer degree of control over shaping the glass in front of you. Now you just need to decide on a shape.
You can use basic forms to pass the assignment, but that's no fun. This is your first time, right? You've got to at least try for something more expressive.
What have you made?
All sorts of things. I really got into transmutation last year. I couldn't manage the scale or some of the materials that the others could, but I was great with detail. For my very first assignment, I made figurines of my little sisters. They're still in my room. The pieces I've made since then have more technique, but there's something special about that first one. So, no pressure. It'll just always be your first. What's this shapeless hunk of glass destined to be?
Oh, this is complicated. I'm torn between two options. I don't know how this is gonna go, but I'm like, part of me wants to choose the rose option and then give it to him afterwards, but I don't think that'll be an option. I don't know. And I don't know what he would do if I make him. So I'm like, those are... You know what? Fuck it, we ball.
Glancing at Lin, there's enough of him that's human that you can imagine what he looked like before the transformation.
No, we're not going to give him a reminder of the past when he's a monster now. We're going to make Lin now. Because he's an awesome person. Let's see if he hates us.
Sorry. It's really good. The details are great. It's just hard to get excited about it.
I know.
By the time the two of you have finished, everyone else has left. Lin begrudgingly lets you clean up the supplies, so there's no danger of him breaking something.
Thanks. I want to help, but it feels safer if I don't.
Thanks for teaching me.
Yeah, of course. It might be a horrifying object lesson in what not to do, but I'm still an upperclassman. And besides, you pick things up quickly. I'd love to stay and chat, but I've got to get to the infirmary. My daily checkup.
How's that going?
Fine, I guess. They're doing a better job of keeping the transformation from spreading than I have, but no one has any idea how to undo it. Yet. I hate that they have to spend time on me. I did this to myself, and I don't feel like I deserve anyone's help. But if I don't get help, I might become an even bigger problem, so... no good options.
How did you do this?
I was jealous of everyone else's natural gifts and tired of falling behind. So I tried to take a shortcut. I'll tell you more when I don't need to run. Morgan is much less gentle when I'm late.
Yeah, they are, but Amara would kill you for taking a shortcut. You should have studied with her. Want me to walk you?
Oh, sure. Thanks.
You help Lin pack up his things and you head out together. The crowd in the hallways part to make space as the two of you pass. Most people shrink away from Lin. Not mean, just afraid. Lin keeps his eyes on the floor and keeps a quick pace, some of his monster parts twitching unnaturally.
Let's sass him, see what happens. I bet Morgan loves experimenting on you.
They do. It's really unsettling. They look at me like I'm a puzzle to solve, which should be encouraging, but it's definitely creepy.
They are creeptacular.
Better fascinated than terrified, I guess. But if I disappear, I bet you'll find me in 40 different specimen jars in the back of the infirmary.
Lin is happy to tell you all about Morgan's more worrying methods.
We're here, and I have to trust the healers to know what they're doing. Thanks for walking with me.
Take care of yourself. Okay. So, Morgan Ramara. 3 and 2. Let's... Oh... Let's go with Morgan.
Since your strange encounter with Morgan in the swamps, you've run into the secret necromancer a few times. They've been very friendly, but make no mention of your midnight rendezvous or of the secrets you now share. Just as you're growing impatient, Morgan pulls you aside in the hallway as crowds of students stream past on their way to class.
Yes.
I've got an assignment I could use a hand with. Are you free for a study session tonight?
Yep.
Excellent. See you there. Same place and time as before.
Okay.
Not waiting for a response, Morgan slides past you into the crowd. That night, you quietly slip out of the dorms and make the long walk to the edge of the swamp. It feels even darker and more menacing than usual, but that might just be knowing that a real necromancer is out there controlling the dead. You make your way through the muck, trying your best to remember where you found them last time. Just as you're becoming worried that you've gone the wrong way, you make out Morgan's silhouette, waiting on a log.
Let's head over to them.
Ah, there you are. I was growing worried you'd gotten cold feet. Or perhaps fallen prey to one of the spirits roaming the mire. Glad to see you are both able and willing to join me tonight.
So you're going to tell me about Galdrin?
Perhaps, perhaps not. There's a bit of dark magic I'll need you to do for me before I'll feel comfortable answering those particular questions.
I need to do necromancy for you to trust me?
Actually, it may surprise you to learn that I do trust you, relatively speaking. I spent our time apart asking around about you, and some surprising people had good things to say. Typhon in particular got very defensive of you when I lightly inquired about your character. Nearly knocked me on my ass for insinuating that you seemed shifty. It's hard to earn that one's trust.
I can't even right now? It's like, oh! Throwing hands with Morgan for insinuating I'm shifty. Oh, that's amazing.
For now, I feel okay trusting you, to a certain extent. But to solve the mystery I'm after, some talent with necromancy is required, and most students simply don't have that potential. If you can't manage this test, then you just won't be of any use.
What sort of test?
A fairly difficult one, I'm afraid. When I was learning, we started with basic manipulation of chaos mana, looking through the veil, that sort of thing. But I don't have the time for all of that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Gotta turn my mic up a little bit.
I need to know if you have a knack for this or not.
I'm great at tests.
Are you? I'm envious. I was terrible at them until I started necromancy. One of the reasons I'm so fond of death magic. It's the first thing I had a talent for. Before that, I nearly failed out of the school entirely. I want to give you the best shot at success here, so you tell me. Are you more interested in bodies or souls? Spirits or flesh? They're separate domains inside necromancy, but a talent for either of them will do.
I really want to see what they say to the sassy answer. I really want to see their reaction. Oh, I'm very interested in bodies.
Yes, I heard a bit about that while I was asking around. And for what it's worth, it sounds like people hold you in high regard in that area as well. Congratulations. But you're deflecting. Choose a test. Excellent. Let's raise a skeleton then. It should be easy. We're standing on a few of them. Apologies that this will be a bit of a rush job. Now pay attention. You have a lot to learn and little time to learn it in. Necromancy is extremely dangerous, so do exactly as I instruct. Are you ready?
Ready. Okay. So we're gonna start with this.
Not the worst I've seen.
Here.
Ooh, looks like you're trying. Yes, more! Not the worst I've seen.
Oh, yes, this one.
You've got potential.
And oh, yes.
You've got potential. You might survive this. Yes, more! Well, that's interesting. Well done.
Yay!
Morgan's
God,
lesson
those
is
voice
grueling.
lines.
This isn't a classroom with a carefully constructed lesson plan. You're deep in a haunted swamp, trying to learn necromancy from someone who has clearly never taught it before. Despite the harrowing conditions, Morgan is surprisingly patient as they walk you through the process step by step, safely channeling death magic and identifying what aspects are and aren't dangerous. You're reaching down into the earth, searching for remains and investing them with the mana they need to reanimate. It is with both triumph and horror that you watch the mud around you shift and a bony hand emerges. Now moving of its own accord, the skeleton slowly claws its way from the swamp until it is standing before you, bone gleaming in the starlight where it pokes through the detritus.
Well done! A fully serviceable skeleton! And it's not even turning on you in its insatiable hunger for more mana. I was honestly expecting to have to destroy it at this point.
You could have warned me.
Now, if I warned you about every little danger involved in necromancy, we'd never get anywhere.
So what now?
Just assume that anything you do has death as a potential consequence, but also that I'm here and will ward off such things should they happen. If I feel like it.
Oh, I love you.
Take a minute to look inward. Really pay close attention to the mana flowing through you. There. Do you feel it? That slight hollowness? That's the skeleton siphoning your energy to stay animated. The echo of a skeleton's former soul gives them the right shape to fill themselves up with mana and more or less pretend to be what they used to be. They burn through it, but slowly. No need to worry. One skeleton won't draw much. But if one were to try to keep 50 of them raised and active at all times, well, that comes with a cost.
All magic comes with a cost theory.
Which is why you hear of necromancers as having half-dead bodies themselves. Also why necromancers surround themselves with chaos mana and sometimes stalk the land to doom the living. It's all in trying to fuel hungry armies of servants. Pathetic if you ask me. Short-term thinking. For now, you've proven you can do this, which is excellent news for both of us.
So what's next?
Command the skeleton to dig himself back into his grave. It's only polite. And then make sure to completely sever that tie so it doesn't keep draining you. There! Excellent! Now that you've shown you can be useful, let's talk about what we're trying to do here.
Investigating Galdred's disappearance, right?
Just so. Everyone wants to know what happened to him, but Galdrin was very heavily warded at all times. Time magic and other forms of divination won't work, as a few other would-be investigators have discovered.
So what are we gonna do?
We're going to ask him, summon his ghost, and find out what the hell happened.
He's dead?
Well, clearly. Supposedly he left shortly before the students started arriving, but that's impossible. So, he must be here. If he were alive, I think someone would have noticed by now. Only one option left.
How do you know he didn't leave?
Because he can't. He's put so much of his power into this realm that he's bound to it. He sends convincing projections of himself to other realms when he needs to, but he's always physically here. The proverbial wizard in a tower.
How do you know that?
I was his apprentice. I don't pretend to know half his secrets, but I do know that one. And now you do too. But keep it to yourself.
So then what happened to him?
I would give a great deal to glean that bit of knowledge. He definitely didn't leave, like Riley says, so I mean to find his soul.
Do you think someone killed him?
Galdrin was old and powerful and must have made enemies. But I shudder to think of something that could kill the Archmage and not leave signs of a struggle.
Do you think maybe he just had a heart attack and Riley buried him and tried to keep under wraps so people wouldn't freak out?
I think it more likely that Galdrin made a fatal error in his own experiments. A malformed wart here, too much mana in an artifact there.
So what do we do?
Assuming that I'm right and that he's dead, his soul is certainly bound to the Academy. We just need to find it.
And how do I help?
I've set all the local ghosts to looking for him, but so far they've been useless.
How many ghosts are at this school?
Hard to know for certain. More than 20, less than 50? Less than out in a proper realm, certainly.
Have that many people died here?
Oh, certainly not. I only know of one person who died here, before Galdrin. But Galdrin has imported a number of souls and corpses over the years.
Why?
For necromancy classes, of course. The same way he had to acquire various artifacts and exotic herbs and mythical beasts and such.
Makes sense.
With the ghost failing me, I've been at a dead end. Galdrin's soul isn't responding to a simple summoning. I know more powerful spells, but I'm simply not at the level where I can do them myself. Ideally, we'd have a coven, but I think you and I have a chance together.
Alright, let's try.
I'm eager, but we'll have to wait for another time. This magic works best at night, and I can see dawn on the horizon.
Okay.
For now, we should return to the dorms separately. I'll contact you when the conditions are right to make our attempt.
Okay. Okay, now let's go with... Let's get Heron
You've
up that
made
last
plans
5.
to meet with Heron today to start planning his feast and gathering ingredients. You find him outside the castle's entrance, perched casually on the stone walls, staring out across the fields and forests. A light breeze tousles his hair.
Excuse me. What you thinking about?
Oh, just hopeful, I guess. I've been stressed about this for a while. Am I a good enough cook? How mad will Typhon be, or other remnant back home? Will anyone even come? I feel so lucky that I met you. It feels like, well, not quite like I can do anything, but like I should always try. Like, trying is the point. Thank you for making me feel that way.
Hug him. The option is always hug him.
Heron returns your embrace, shielding you from the wind with warm muscles that smell of fresh bread and spices.
I think I'm ready to get started. It's going to be a lot of work, but I think I could do it. We just need to get a bunch of great ingredients from different people that remind them of home. I don't know what I'll turn it all into, but I'm excited to find out.
So where do we start?
Gosh, that's a great question. There are so many interesting people here. Mom would tell me to start with someone who's in my comfort zone and then work up to people I find a little more intimidating.
Who did you have in mind?
I was thinking Cassie. She's very friendly and she helped me a couple times. I really like when she's around. I think it would be okay to ask her.
You know I gotta tease him. Are you sure this isn't an excuse to hit on Cassie?
What? Oh, no. We just need a special ingredient from her, that's all.
A little blush? Okay.
Well, let's go find her. Sometimes she's at the lake, but not as often as I thought because fresh water is lame. Let's check her room first.
Fresh water is lame. Oh my god. You don't think she's in class?
Nah, she doesn't have any classes today.
Wait, do you know Cassie's schedule? Harold.
Maybe. That's okay though, right? I mean, it's not like it's a secret or anything.
I'm torn. Big part of me wants to say this, but then I also want to go for the heart option. Do you want to know my schedule?
Yeah? I mean, I already know most of it, but yeah, filling in the blanks would be awesome.
Give me your schedule.
Oh, wow, you're so busy. Thanks for spending time helping with my project. Here's mine. Now we can hang out even more, between classes and stuff.
I'd love that.
Me too. Maybe if this goes well with Cassie, we can all hang out together.
Sigh. No. Okay, let's go find
You
her.
and Heron wander inside and up the stairs to the dorms. You knock on Cassie's door, and a minute later the door opens to reveal a room filled 3 feet with water, held inside by a spell.
Hey, Cassie.
Hey, this is a surprise. How's it going, Heron?
Hey, Cassie, we had a question, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure. What's on your mind?
We're working on a project, and I need to collect cooking ingredients from all my friends, like stuff you like to eat at home. Do you have anything like that?
Ah, lucky currents for you. I actually did bring a bunch of abyssal shrimp with me. I absolutely love them, and the supposedly magical cafeteria here can't make anything even a little like them. So, I bring some with me for special occasions.
That's perfect. Can we have some?
Maybe.
You're gonna make us match a puzzle to get
You
them.
two are my very favorite admirers after all. But it's not like I have a lot of them, so I'm not going to just give them away. Not even for you.
What do you want for them?
Let me think.
Let's wait.
Okay, so the thing is, I'm failing Infernomancy, which is stupid. Like, hello, I live in the ocean. When exactly am I going to need fire magic? Ugh. I wanted to get an exemption from the dean, but since he's totally not even here this year, I can't ask for one. The enchantments that run this place want me to pass a test or it's going to fail me, which is bullshit.
I can help. Or, to be honest, I'm not so great at fire magic either.
You're gonna get me to help.
I know, Heron, I know. But I'm guessing your partner in crime is. So, what do you say? Teach me what I need to know to pass a test, and you can have the rest of my abyssal shrimp. I promise they're worth it.
You gotta teach.
Awesome. But, wait. This doesn't feel right. This is all for my project. Isn't there anything I could do to help?
Oh, there definitely is. Look, I get fire magic. Like, it isn't that complicated. But I can't do it because it scares the shit out of me. I just tense up all over and then the magic doesn't flow through me right. So maybe while I'm learning...
I see where this is going.
Cassie glances down and rolls her shoulders.
Oh, I can help with that. I give the best massages.
Knew it.
So I've heard.
We're all set then.
You know, I actually really like giving massages.
You and Heron wade into Cassie's room and close the door behind you. As you pull a textbook out of your bag, Heron scoots behind Cassie and starts kneading her shoulders, looking altogether pleased with himself.
Hey, focus. So the first lesson is... Okay, so this is a Heron thing. I can't move chaos gems. So we'll start with this set.
You're amazing.
And then that gives us... this one.
Tasty. Ooh, nice thinking.
Here first.
Yeah. Yes. Ooh, tasty. Yes. That's so good.
time.
Nice thinking.
Sweet. Okay, what if we go here?
Tasty. Yes. Yeah.
So cool. Okay. Here now.
Tasty. Yes. Oh, now you're cooking.
Yes.
After a couple hours of hard work, Cassie is able to summon and control small amounts of fire, even without being actively massaged, although she whines when Heron stops rubbing her back. You and her both sigh with relief and relax back into the water that fills her room. Heron claps enthusiastically.
You were great, Cassie. Fire magic is so hard, and it's gotta be much harder in a room full of water.
Well, if I only learned to cast it in places that are dry, that's going to be even more useless. Now I still sort of suck at it, but I think I can at least pass, so thanks for that.
You're the one who did the work.
Yeah, you should believe in yourself, Cassie. We do.
That's very sweet of both of you. Hey, Heron, the last of my shrimp are hiding under my desk. You can take any of them you can catch.
Ooh, I'll get them. I even brought a net.
Heron takes a deep breath and then dives under the water and starts rooting around under Cassie's floating furniture. Cassie floats over to you.
So, I hear you two have been spending a lot of time together.
Yeah, I'm helping him out with some. No, it's. Yeah, I'm helping him out
That's
with some
great. He and his brother have a hard time making friends, and it's totally not their fault. Or at least it isn't Heron's fault. Typin sort of makes his own problems, but whatever. But Heron totally deserves more friends than he has, and you can just feel how much he wants people to like him.
Heron comes bursting out of the water, sending a briny spray across you and Cassie as his hair sweeps back away from his face. He holds up a net full of shrimp the size of your hand.
Got 'em. Thanks, Cassie. I promise I'll cook these so well. You won't regret it.
Babe, I just got a private tutor and hours of massage. At this point, you could throw them away and I'd still come out ahead. But I know you'll cook them perfectly.
stuff.
I'll try. Catch you later.
You can certainly try. Later.
Wakey
You
face.
and Heron leave Cassie's room and use a couple quick cantrips to get most of the water and salt out of your clothes as you walk back towards Heron's room to store the shrimp.
That went so well. Thanks for doing all the work. All I had to do was give a massage, and I love giving massages.
You know I gotta. Can I have a massage then?
Really? Yes! Let's get back to my room.
You hurry back through the halls and slip into Heron's room.
I'm gonna store these little fellas in my magic pantry. It'll just take a minute, so make yourself comfortable, and I'll be right there for a massage.
Let's just
Heron
get-
opens his window, and the relaxing sounds of wind and birdsong come through. With the first exotic ingredients safely stored, Heron sits down on the bed behind you and places his large hands on the tops of your shoulders. Slowly, he starts working your muscles, starting at the base of your neck and working down to your lower back. His firm hands show no sign of fatigue as he methodically eases the tension out of your muscles, confidently sliding across your shirt and finding each place where you're holding stress. Finally, his pace slows until he ends the experience with a friendly pat on the back.
You feel better?
I gotta see what happens. Can I return the
I
favor?
would love that. Maybe not right now, though. I'm too excited to start looking up recipes with abyssal shrimp. I hope all the ingredients we get are this cool.
Who are we asking next?
I need to think about it. Cassie's sort of the only person I know with such a different culinary background who's also easy to talk to. When I figure it out, I'll let you know.
Hug.
Heron gives you a big, friendly hug, and you leave him to think about his recipes.
Okay. Let's go with Earth, Chaos, and Pure. And then we're going to go to see if we can do Amara now.
Amara spots you and beckons you over with a single, graceful motion. You can't help but notice open looks of surprise and envy from the other students as you make your way over.
I have some casting I would welcome assistance with. If you have time, of course.
I do.
Excellent. There is one more thing before we get started. By working with me, you will of course be exposed to the intricacies of Quela magic. I require your vow that you will reveal what you learn to no one else.
Knowing what I know about how they got the voice right for this one, I'm just gonna go with you have my word because she's not gonna get the sassiness and be offended. So you have my word.
Good. I'm glad we understand each other. Quela magic is more advanced and more dangerous than the magic of other races. I am choosing to show you a small glimpse of it, but that is not a courtesy I extend to others through you.
I understand.
Before we can work together on real magic, I must teach you to properly purify magic. The spells we will be doing together will respond quite poorly to even the slightest imperfection.
Isn't some magic already pure?
To a degree. What wizards call pure mana hasn't taken on enough resonance to truly be of a specific element, but it is far from untarnished. I will teach you to wash mana entirely of its resonance, so that it will carry nothing into the spells we use it on.
Lead the way. Okay, so let's see. There's no 4s anywhere. So let's just go. see what this
Acceptable.
does.
Not as hopeless as you look.
Okay. This one.
Continue.
I set up that
Not
one.
as hopeless
Awesome.
as you look.
Let's get some pure. Get this one down. Which did nothing. Oh, that sets up good.
Acceptable.
Okay. So now we have. Just gotta make sure there's nothing else around here. Okay. This one,
Continue.
this
More
one.
like that.
Yes, I know more like that. Let's make some air gems.
You're getting the basics.
Got a little bit there. Can we do more air gems? And that got us nothing. This one, if we take it down 2, but it needs to be on this side. Not, wait, if we do this.
A complete waste of my time.
Dang it. Forgot about that.
Acceptable.
Let's just see what happens when this goes down. Another pure and not seeing anything. Let's try refreshing. Okay, so this
Not as
one,
hopeless as you look.
this one.
Not as hopeless as you look.
This could set
More
up-
like that.
There we go, yes. nothing this way. That could get me over here. So let's just get the extra time. See if maybe we go like this. Or like this. Nothing's really getting set up. Oh, I'm gonna fail again.
Continue.
Simmer. Let's go down here. Get the extra time. Yeah, we're gonna fail. Yeah, that does nothing. Just wanted to see how it actually worked because we've never actually used it before. What if we just fail all of these chaos?
Pay attention. Pay attention.
Okay, I'm paying attention and sucking. Sucking so hard. And we're just gonna end this right here.
More like that. Not as hopeless as you
I
look.
suck.
The ball of swirling mana held between your hands betrays you with undeniable traces of elemental magic.
We cannot advance until you get this right, no matter how many times that requires.
Okay, so let's get everybody else up. Okay, Morgan or Lynn. Who do we have? Because these two are both up at 5. So Lynn, I need 2 more. Morgan, I need 1 more.
When you woke up this morning and checked the page enchanted to always show your class schedule, you're surprised to see that you have a Mysteriomancy class scheduled for midnight.
A Mysteriomancy class!
It's a little unsettling knowing that Morgan can alter your schedule that way. But if they really were secretly Galdron's apprentice, then it makes sense that they can manipulate the academy somewhat.
Oh, this is fantastic.
Arriving in the swamps at the appointed time, you can tell that Morgan has been setting up for a while. Large runic circles made of salt and bone overlap on a rare patch of dry ground, and the mist swirling around Morgan alludes to several spirits already in attendance.
Mysteriomancy?
We're here to solve a mystery, and we're doing it with magic, so technically there's no lie. And you are right on time, so thanks for that.
Well, now that I know how to get here and I won't get lost in the swamp again.
I've done a lot of the prep. There's a shallowing that I've opened in the Vale, hence the sizable host of shades that have come to see what's going on.
So what's going on?
More or less, you and I are going to shout Galdron's name into the Greylands loud enough that he can hear us from anywhere in the realm.
Okay.
If I haven't lost my touch, even a ghost as powerful as his won't be able to deny my summons.
So what's my role?
Keeping me alive, mostly. With the amount of chaos mana I'll need to channel for this, I'll be in danger of being pulled wholly through the Veil, which would be inconvenient, for a number of reasons.
Okay,
You need to protect me. Keep me grounded. Keep the shades away.
I can do that.
Glad to hear it, because if you're wrong, things are going to get rough for me. And just so we're clear, I'm a necromancer, which means if you get me killed, I'm going to haunt you forever.
Oh, you were adorable. I've got it.
Once we've got a hold of Galdron's ghost, kindly keep to the shadows. He doesn't know you, and we don't know what sort of trauma his death involved, so please leave the actual talking to me.
You got it. Okay, so chaos gems are more common. Let's just start off with the 2. Go here, why
Oop,
not?
looks like you're trying.
Crap.
Not the worst I've seen. Well, that's interesting.
Nice combo move.
Yes,
here.
more! Ooh, looks like you're trying. Well done. Oop, looks like you're trying.
Oof, we go here.
Well, that's
forward.
interesting.
So close. And success.
Mana is shaped, invocations are delivered, and you watch with a mix of awe and dread as more and more chaos mana suffuses Morgan's body. If you had that much chaos flowing through you, you're certain you'd be dead, or worse, in short order. But Morgan takes it in stride. If you had, you can feel the shades swirling around you, and do your best to ward them away from Morgan as the young necromancer takes a step towards the circle of candles on the ground. Their foot crosses over the line of salt, and suddenly the candles gutter and take on a green light as an immense archway of bone appears in the centre. Even in the near total darkness surrounding you, the gateway is filled with a blackness somehow deeper and more absolute. Morgan takes a step forward, and faint, pale lights begin to dance on the other side, brushing against the surface of the barrier and pushing it gently outward like fingers against cellophane. Morgan takes one look back at you to make sure you're ready, takes a deep breath, and pushes their head through the barrier into whatever lies beyond.
I feel like I just want to stand behind them with my hands hovering over their hips, just like grab them and pull them back if something happens.
You don't hear anything coming from the portal, but Morgan's summons passes through you with an unsettling feeling, like your insides being suddenly a little too big for your outsides. Morgan stays partway through the portal for 3 uncomfortable minutes, during which you feel a host of ghosts arriving, and you see lights come on all the way back in the dorms at the top of the hill. The candles gutter again, and Morgan steps fully back into the land of the living. The candles flicker out one by one, and the gate vanishes from your awareness, leaving the two of you alone again.
Damn it! I don't understand! That should have worked. The summoning was powerful enough that it brought every spirit in the realm. Where's Galdrin?
Sorry, adjusting something.
They notice the telltale signs of activity back at the school.
And maybe some of the living as well. But no sign of Galdrin. I don't understand. If he was truly gone, this entire place would be falling to pieces by now, so where is he?
Maybe he's not actually dead.
Maybe. But if that's the case, then what is that?
You follow Morgan's gaze and see a swirling in the mist just a few feet behind you.
Let's investigate.
Quickly casting one of the cantrips Morgan has taught you, your vision pierces the veil and you can clearly make out a spirit watching you. It looks different from the others you've seen, more solid, and it feels more curious and in control than the shades that often gather here.
Hello there.
It slides backwards a few feet.
Wait, we're not gonna hurt you.
The apparition bolts, vanishing into the swamp.
Shit, after it! It's getting away!
I'm on
You
it.
start running after the ghost and hear Morgan hot on your heels. Chasing a ghost through the swamp is a difficult endeavour, but you manage to keep it in sight until it hits the northern edge and bolts up the hill. You make to pursue, but feel Morgan's hand grab your wrist.
Wait, look.
More lights are appearing at the top of the hill as a few nervous and bleary-eyed students make their way towards the swamps.
That ghost was heading for the castle. That's enough to go on. What's important now is that you and I are nowhere in sight when those students find the ritual site. Trust me, if we're linked to that, then things will go badly for us.
Let's sneak away.
You and Morgan creep carefully along the edge of the swamp to where the ground begins to rise up towards the forest, letting the 15 or so students who came to investigate move past you unawares.
The swamps won't be safe for a while. Get back to your dorm and do some warding against divination to be safe. I'll need to be more careful, but at least we got a lead. If you're still interested in solving this, come find me in the infirmary when the heat dies down.
Bum bum bum. Ooh! So Riley... No, that's Morgan. So 3 versus 4. We're gonna go with Lynn. Is someone playing piano nearby?
Classes have been going great recently, and you've learned a couple spells that you absolutely love, or will, as soon as you can cast them consistently. After a couple hours of practicing in your dorm room, you need to stretch your legs. Gathering your materials, you go looking for a suitable practice space outside. As you're passing through one of the hallways, you hear a piano. The music is beautiful for short sections, but interrupted by frequent pauses and mistakes. The room it's coming from has its door cracked to let a breeze in.
Oh, the mistakes are with his monster hand. We're gonna peek in.
You spot Lynn sitting with his back to the door. His hair and horns are framed by the window's light as his hands move across the piano's keys. He's completely focused and flinches whenever he makes a mistake, which is often. After one particularly discordant error, he stops and puts his head in his hands. He must feel you watching, though, because he shakes it off and turns to you.
Oh, hey, sorry. I hope I didn't bother you. After spending a couple months in the wilds, I find I really like to keep my door open for a little airflow.
We're not gonna say it's beautiful because half it was beautiful and he's gonna argue. So, nope, it didn't bother me.
Good. That's good. I'm still tempted to go hide in the woods again, so I'm glad I'm not being too much of a bother. Do you want to come in? I suspect my hallmates will appreciate me taking a break from torturing Tandun for a while. These fingers are just not doing his work justice.
Oh, I wanted to... You usually push me away.
You're usually trying to get involved in my problems, which is extremely dangerous. I'm just looking out for you. But no magic from me. At least, not right now.
You step inside. Lynn's room is neat and orderly, the small space dominated by a piano at the window. There are a few paintings on the wall and small sculptures in different materials on his desk. On top of the piano sits a beautiful glass sculpture. 2 young girls dancing in a circle, their skirts and hair flowing with breathtaking motion.
Ah, caught your eye? That's my first transmutation, the one I was telling you about.
Those are your sisters?
Yep, Xiaoxi and Yan. I miss them all the time. Take a seat. How are you doing?
A little worried about you.
Hey, that makes 2 of us. But there's nothing you can do. Don't let it distract you from your own work. How's school going, by the way?
A little rough.
Hang in there. Freshman year can be rough, but once you've got the fundamentals down, things get fun. Unless you transform yourself into a monster, then they get rough again.
Lynn gestures at some materials on his desk. It looks like he's in the middle of a large project of his own.
I've got a project due for Fey enchantment. I would say I know the spells like the back of my hand. but I don't know the back of my hand very well anymore.
Ha ha ha.
I know what I'm doing, but precise spell work with these claws is impossibly hard. That's why I'm playing the piano again. Practicing dexterity where the consequences are terrible sound and not erratic magic. It's frustrating knowing exactly what to do and still not being able to do it.
Did you want some help?
Nah, not looking to waste your time.
Any time spent with you is not a waste of time.
Between trying to fix this curse and getting frustrated with my own schoolwork, I could really use a distraction. Want to find a practice space and show me what you've been working on?
Guys, you know I gotta do it. I gotta go for the spicy option. I think there are better distractions than schoolwork.
The suggestion isn't subtle, and you can see Lin's gaze glide over your body from behind his hair. He is shy and tries to be slick about it, but that green glow gives him away. He opens his mouth to say something, but just then his monstrous hand twitches in your direction, and he hurriedly shoves it under the desk as best he can, and the moment passes.
I know freshmen are always excited to show off their new magic. Well, this is me telling you I need a distraction. So, go on. What's the coolest spell you're learning?
These three seem interesting. Which one? Let's. We're gonna see what happens if we choose perfect illusions. Cause I've got some suspicions.
Oh, all right. Come on, let's find some place where you can really show off.
Let's go walking.
You leave the dorms together and find one of the practice spaces outside empty.
I'm ready to see what you've learned. Impress me. Maybe I can even give you some pointers.
Let's start casting. Okay.
That's not bad.
Sweet. Get some pure. This one
Elegant.
here.
You have an interesting style.
Time. This one. Oh, so
That's inspired.
good. Which leads to this one.
Outstanding work. Creative.
This
还是
one.
做得蛮好啊. Better than I would have done.
The spell you've chosen is one of the most difficult you've learned at school, and trying to pull it off in front of an audience is daunting. There are a few failures as you struggle with some of the more advanced aspects, but Lin just watches and gives small nods to encourage you through some of the more frustrating aspects. On your 6th attempt, you nail it. The mana control and hand motions come together, weaving a complex web of magic that manifests how you envisioned. Minor illusions are one of the first spells students learn here, but you've been working on something with more scale. Soon, the grove is transformed into...
The lake?
Well done. Really stellar attention to detail here. Very believable. Honestly, I'm impressed. That's some solid mana control for a freshman.
For a freshman?
I just mean that in later years, you'll learn tricks to get even better.
Like what?
Lin regards you for a moment, and then shrugs.
I think you might be able to learn some of it now, if you want to give it a shot. Riley wants us upperclassmen to teach, after all.
Yeah, show me.
Alright, It has to do with how mana flows through your body. It'll be easier to show you if I can guide you directly. Is it alright if I touch you?
I've been wanting you to touch me this whole time. More than all right.
Lynn glances away, and some of his growths give a slight tremble. He walks behind you. With his relatively normal hand, he gently holds your left wrist and raises your hand into the air.
Okay, so we use our hands to shape mana, yeah? Precision is important, and spells can get very complex. In our lifetimes, we'll probably only truly master the motions for a few of them. And because of that, precision is what wizards, especially new wizards, put all their effort into, making the motions more perfect every time we practice. But they neglect something more important.
What's that?
Cautiously, Lynn reaches his massive arm around you, gently pressing his palm into your stomach, the giant claws resting lightly against your ribs.
Breath control. Your hands and voice shape mana, but how much mana is available and how easily shaped it is happens in your core. Even a wizard with rudimentary spellwork can do great things if they've learned how to harness mana properly. Here, breathe with me.
Lynn pulls you back against him so you can feel his chest as he breathes. The monstrous arm helps guide you to match his deep, slow breaths.
All right. Feel that? It's fuller than before, right? You can almost feel it humming inside you, waiting to be put to work. So, let's do that.
You begin your spell again, repeating the same motions and words, but where before it felt like sipping mana from a straw, now there's a raging current. Lynn's hand on your chest helps you regulate it, while his other steadies your hand as you go through the spell's delicate motions. You were feeling good about your illusion, but with all this extra mana to spare, you can add so much more to it. Not just sights and sounds, but smell and the feel of the air. Everything becomes so much more real.
There you go. See what I meant? Your illusion before was good, but this is another level.
As the spell ends and the mana disperses, you're left in a quiet moment, Lynn's monstrous hand still pressing you back into him. Lynn doesn't move away, and you stay that way for several long seconds, breathing together, very aware of all the places your bodies are touching. Then, gently but firmly, Lynn releases you and takes a decisive step backwards, clutching at his monstrous arm self-consciously and hiding somewhat behind his hair. He moves away before you can say anything.
Well, I'm glad I could be helpful. I haven't been feeling great about my own wizarding lately, for obvious reasons.
How many times do we have to go over this? He tried to take a shortcut. It backfired and started turning him into a monster. He managed to stop it, but he hasn't... What happened to you? We know what happened to you. Maybe if he just took a moment to learn all about his monster arm, not like studying, but maybe just like going through the movements of stuff and seeing how, like, I don't know, all the muscles work in it.
Breath control was just one way I learned to push my own power. But I still couldn't match the natural gifts of a lot of the other students. Power they didn't have to work for.
This is like a kick in the pants. This is the Amara answer. power and skill are different.
Yeah, I wish you'd been around last semester. Yes, they are. But the exams here do care about raw power, so I felt inadequate. Maybe I should have cared less about grades.
And you found a shortcut.
Towards the end of last semester, I found something in the library. An old journal entry that talked about a magical spring in the Spirit Wilds. There wasn't a lot to go on, but it seemed like something to look into over break.
You are so glad. You should be so glad you only turned into half a monster and not a girl or a panda.
That's a
happened?
long story, and I should get back to my own classwork. I'm having a hard enough time casting safely without being rushed on top of it. I'll tell you more next time.
My apologies if that last joke offended anybody. I was just making a Ranma half joke with the magical springs. That's all it was, a Ranma half joke. Good luck with your casting.
Thanks. I'll see you around.
Okay. Cassie or Miko? Cassie or Miko? Three, two. Okay, it's gonna be Cassie after I. Okay, get Earth up to 5. And then we'll go with Cassie.
Hey, friend, come over here.
And we're just gonna have an extra long stream tonight of, well, not extra long, but no break, because I am just in the zone and I still have a bunch of water left. So,
You forget what else you were doing as you walk over to Cassie.
why do you always say that?
Come here? Because I want you to come here. Makes sense if you think about it.
You could just say hi.
Sure. But then you might not come over. And I want you to. I feel like this isn't so complicated.
I could still not come over.
Sure, you could, buddy. Can you imagine? A siren tells a human to come hither and they don't come hither? Oh, that'll be a warm day in the abyss.
So you're saying I can't refuse?
Yeah? I feel like you want this to be some big debate, but it's not at all. Like, this is known. People know it, even your people. I say, come here, and you come here. Sorry, that's just how it works with us.
And that's magic, right?
Sorta. Like, it's magic, but it's not a spell. When I speak or sing, the sound is infused with mana that goes right into your human soul. It's just part of being a siren. I can't turn it off, and you can't learn it.
But can I use magic to resist it?
Maybe? Sounds like a fun challenge. I'll boss you around and you try to stop me. Just promise me that if you figure it out, you're not going to, like, lead a war against the seas.
I promise. Okay. So let's go with the 5 and the 1. Here to get
That's
that one.
impressive. I see a good one.
Let's just go here.
That's very attractive. I see a good one.
Kind of good, yeah. Just there.
Ooh, how about
This one.
yes?
This one.
Yes!
Success.
All right, cutie. Get over here.
Let's stay where we are.
Your feet take you over to Cassie regardless.
So, by no, you mean yes?
Oh, this is too precious. Okay, so we're going to think very hard about something else and not go with the two here.
Are you ignoring me? We'll see about that. La la la.
Before Cassie starts, you're so very sure that you're ignoring her completely. But, like an ocean wave, her voice crashes over your consciousness, and every other thought is drowned in here. You end up in front of her yet again.
You can't ignore me. I'm too cute. Got anything else?
Let's start creating a barrier around my mind.
Ooh, is that your serious wizard face? La la la.
You stop thinking about Cassie as the problem, and instead focus on the magic. There's mana in her voice, and you start creating wards to deny the magic, even as the sound passes through.
Rock on.
The little bit of magic that gets through pulls your focus back to Cassie, and you have to fight to keep casting. She does force you to approach her, but it takes 5 long minutes.
That was better.
Yeah, it was. Let's be honest. We both knew you'd end up back over here, but that was absolutely the best any human has ever done against me. Not that I get why you'd want to stay away from me. You're doing that weird mammal thing where smelly water appears all over you when you work too hard and it makes me vom. Maybe take a shower and we'll chat later?
Sweating. Morgan's already at 5, so we've got to go to Miko now. Oh. Because I want to get everybody up to like 5 before we end the stream. Well, Riley, Miko, Cassie, Amara, we're going to skip. Charlie, we haven't seen for a bit. Lynn has one more. Ember. Wow. We really need to go for Ember when next time they pop up.
Your student instructor for powerful poultices has called in sick at the last minute, leaving you and several other freshmen with an unplanned free period. Some acquaintances offer to teach you Lament out on the sports field, but you spot Miko waiting for you, and she waves you over excitedly.
Yeah.
Hiya! I figured a whole period off might be a great time for me to introduce you to the happier side of seeing the future.
Of course she would know. You knew I'd have this period free?
Mm-hmm. Helping with your predicament has made me realize that I need to be more intentional about my education and stop resting on being an oracle. So I learned a when are my friends free spell that would have been so useful for organizing
That is
movie nights in
adorable.
high school. Okay, so are you ready for an awesome day of divining amazing futures? I'm honestly so excited for you. This is going to be fun.
The present is pretty great too, because you're here.
Oh, well, sure, I guess, but not like
Yes!
compared to what could be in the future.
It is when I'm with you.
What? That's... Oh my gosh, you are the sweetest. I'm not sure, well, if you feel that way, then let's try to be together more in the future. If that sounds good to you.
Can I have a vision about that?
About me? Well, that's possible, but it's a bit more complex than what we're doing today.
Okay.
This one is all about just finding happiness. If I happen to be there, well, I guess that will tell you something.
And you've had visions of me?
Yep, now you're getting it. I hope this isn't too weird, but usually when I divine my best futures, you're right there with me. You've been sort of a comfort blanket for me since way before we met. Someone who cheers me up, even when the present sucks.
That's really sweet.
I've always thought so. I'm so glad you see it the same way. I was worried this might get more complicated once I actually met you. Let's get you some happy visions of your own, and Who knows? Maybe I'll make an appearance.
Let's find out. Okay.
Cool. Ooh, clever. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, that worked. Let's go with these two to get some pure. Here.
Yay!
Yes. What if we...
Ooh, clever. Ew.
Yeah, ew, I know. I'm sorry. Had to give it a shot, though. Some pure. Simmer.
Cool. Yeah.
Yay, we won.
All right, the ritual looks good to me. You're starting to see visions? Great. Let's get to the good stuff. In the future, you'll be able to do this on your own, but I'll get you started. The trick is to not think about it too hard. You aren't choosing a specific future, and you're not doing all the precise work of seeing how to get to any particular future.
So what do I do?
It's simple. You hope. You're floating unbound in the river of time. All you need to do is let yourself feel what you want to feel more of in the future. The current will push you towards visions of futures where you feel that way. Give it a try.
Let's go for romance. See what happens here. Because as much as I want to do... My next playthrough will do this one. But for now, we're just going to do a romantic
You think
feature.
back to times in your life when you felt the most infatuated, and let that feeling carry you into the flow of time, seeking out fates in which that sensation is more and more prevalent. For a moment, the sensation is like daydreaming, but soon the experience becomes altogether different. Images of 1,000 futures flash by, and then with no conscious control on your part, you slide into one of them. You are you, a few years from now. You experience everything in perfect clarity, but have no control. You pull a warm blanket around yourself as you watch the sun dip dramatically through layers of red and golden clouds towards the line where the sky meets the Pacific. Even as a wizard, especially as a wizard, it's been hard these last couple of years to find any time away from one emergency or another, and doubly hard to find time when you're both free.
Aww.
There you are, Dumpling. Enjoying the view?
I always do bow.
Your heart swells as the love of your life gently slides the bungalow door closed behind him and walks towards you, the sunset's gorgeous colours playing across the varying hues of his bared muscles. He laughs and floats a glass of wine over to you before sitting down and lazily draping an arm around your shoulders. He really shouldn't be doing magic out here, but it's hard for him not to show off around you, even after all these years.
He got control of his arm.
I meant the sunset.
I know what you meant.
He lets his gaze fall across your body, appreciating every curve with the smouldering lust of someone who has long abandoned any trace of shyness. You turn slightly into him and lazily run your hand across his chest, feeling the unparalleled ease of his companionship. Not the heady exhilaration of your early infatuation, but the deep comfort of a relationship that has endured the good times and the bad.
I'm glad we're out here.
Being out here with you is a dream, you know. Thanks for making it happen. I know there's a part of you that wanted to stay and deal with those wraith sightings.
No talking about work.
Right. Of course.
You sit like that for a long while, pulling him closer as the sun finishes its descent and the air around you starts considering something like a chill.
This day could be every day, and I would never get tired of it. We get so wrapped up in saving the world that sometimes it feels like we're skipping past the important things.
Something you want to talk about?
There is, actually. The last 5 years have been perfect, and I've been thinking about the next 5, and the 50 after that. I want to build a life with you, no matter what demands the world makes of us.
A gentle but insistent squeeze of your hand imparts a burst of mana that disrupts the vision and brings you crashing back into the present, where Miko is waiting for you.
No, not when he was about to propose.
It takes several long, difficult seconds for you to adjust to the shift in perspective. Your mind and body are having a hard time letting go and believing where they are now. Miko waits patiently. She's clearly experienced this many times.
How was it? Did you find a happy future?
That was wonderful.
I'm glad. You deserve it, especially after that first nasty vision. Be careful, though. If you spend too much time divining the future, you can lose track of the present. Not that I'm a good role model there, but it's true.
The desire to go back is so strong.
You don't have to explain it to me. Seeing amazing futures is my favorite thing, and sometimes it makes it hard to be in the present. Well, I'm glad that worked for you. And whatever vision you had is probably just as likely as that dark one you had the first time. You get it now, right? There are so many possible futures, but it's dangerous to become obsessed with any of them.
How do you learn how to get to one of them?
That is a huge question. The biggest, honestly. And you look pretty exhausted from your trip to the future. Let's get back together when you're rested, and we can talk about working backwards from visions.
Sounds awesome. Okay. Oh, after that we'll go to Lid, but we need Charlie. Charlie hasn't popped up in like forever. So let's 76. Let's get the time up again and the peer up. And go see Charlie.
A message spell seeks you out, hovering patiently for you to acknowledge it.
Activate the message.
Hey, friend. I've got a secret project I would love some help with. Meet me in the potions lab. I brought snacks.
Head to potions.
You make your way down to the potions lab, its unmistakable mix of aromas washing over you when you open the door. Today, the earthy and floral tones are overpowering the more eye-watering ones. Most of the students are focusing on a project together, but you spot Charlie at the back, where she's absorbed in her own work, listening to music and munching on a bowl of sunflower seeds.
Oh, hey! Thanks for coming. Want some snacks?
Sure.
Awesome! I brought some of these from home and have been using a little magic to grow more.
So what am I helping with?
Okay, so I've got a couple of drops of blood from something immortal, and I want to pull magic away from the liquid so I can study it by itself.
What kind of blood?
Take a guess.
Vampire.
Yep. Am I too predictable? I guess maybe. But yeah, this is vampire blood.
Where'd you get it?
A vampire. Direct from the source, so I know it's the real deal.
Why am I asking her, was this a voluntary donation, when she was all about consent in her last event? Was this a voluntary donation?
It was, as a matter of fact, from a friend of mine who thought I might find the tools here to better understand it.
That's very trusting.
Yeah, well, I've earned a lot of trust. I've been through a lot with a few vamps.
How'd you meet them?
Well, I told you how I learned the magic sight spell back in my teens. At first, I was just ghost spotting, and ghosts mostly ignore you. So, I got reckless. The first time I found a vampire, I didn't know what she was, just that she was something. I didn't hide it well, and before I knew it, she compelled me back to her place.
Is this vampire story about to get sexy?
No! Jeez, I was 15. I know vampires have a rep, but this was definitely scary and not sexy.
So what happened?
She thought I was a spy for one of her rivals. Wizards are extremely valuable to vampires, even beginners like me. She was worried an enemy had gotten their hands on one.
She had a lot of enemies?
All vampires do. Immortality gives you a long time to make them. The politics are pretty intense. Incredibly lucky for me that one of the nice ones found me first.
Sounds that way.
Definitely. I've met some of the other ones, and that would have gone very differently.
What's the difference?
It can get complicated, but there are basically two kinds of vamps as far as I'm concerned. Ones that see humans as food, and ones who see humans as people. And sometimes food.
That seems like an important distinction.
Yeah, extremely important. For vampires, whether they mean well or not, there are just realities of their condition that can't be ignored. That's why I'm so excited to be able to study some of their blood with the resources of the Academy. I'll probably learn some things that can help them, and with any luck, I can start understanding where their immortality comes from. Maybe research alternate methods of achieving it. So what do you say? I'd feel a lot better about this with some help.
Is this dangerous?
The research? No. I'll set up some containment rooms to be sure. We're just observing, and I don't know any cases of vampirism spreading, except through ingestion of vampire blood.
Okay.
The only actual danger is having the knowledge. We're going to learn a lot, which is awesome. Just be careful who you tell about that back home.
Alright. Okay, so the research gems are here. We'll go
Good one. I wonder if I can replicate that. Wow, good one. Research goals complete.
Awesome. So now we just need points.
Ooh, can we replicate that?
Let's go. Come on, more fire. Dang it. Okay, so let's just go with this one.
Oh, sweet. Ooh, so precise.
Fire.
I'm glad I chose you.
More
So
here.
precise.
So much fire.
Good one.
This
I'm
one.
taking notes. Good one.
Yes, this is
That
4.
opens a new line of research. Oh,
4.
sweet.
Yes. Combo.
Charlie places a small tray over a candle and spills a few drops of dark red blood from her vial onto it. In a few moments, it starts to bubble, and together you and Charlie begin carefully taking notes on the magic that's revealed. You're able to isolate the vampiric curse, a rigidly bound pattern of chaos mana. Carefully, you and Charlie examine the pattern and begin theorizing which parts are responsible for immortality, strength, vulnerability to sunlight, and all the rest of it.
I suppose I shouldn't be surprised at how complex this is. It's going to be a huge task separating how all the different aspects of vampirism work.
We're looking for immortality?
Yeah, mostly. I wouldn't mind understanding the rest of it, but immortality is my main research goal. We know it's possible, but all the cases I've found have come with some pretty dramatic downsides.
Like what?
Mostly like being undead. Although, that's a broad and widely misunderstood category. I'm sure you know that there are some cons to being a vampire, or a lich.
Watching your loved ones grow old and die.
I meant more magical downsides, but yeah, that's pretty sad. There are some non-undead immortals like special cases amongst the Fae, but they also come with pretty hefty conditions. I'm looking for a solution that lets me stay mostly myself. Obviously, that's going to be incredibly hard, or everyone else would have done it. But this is a great first step, and I've got plenty of time in school to keep researching.
Yep.
Thanks for helping with this. I didn't want to tell anyone else about the blood, but a second set of eyes is so valuable.
Do you not trust the other students?
It's more about doing right by my friends back home. Even if I trusted everyone here the same amount, I shouldn't tell more people than I have to about what I find out from researching the blood. And I like a lot of the other students, but they aren't as studious as you. I'm trying to get a handle on this research, and that means I just haven't socialized with them as much.
You do have to take breaks, though.
I do sometimes. I just don't want to accidentally sign up for big commitments, you know? Hanging out is cool, but I have too much schoolwork to get roped up into a club or anything like that.
Understandable.
For now, I'm heading back to my place to organize my notes and see if I missed anything. I'll let you know what I find.
Bye, Charlie. Okay. So one more with Lynn will get them up to 5. And then I think after this we'll end it because I'm cannot stop yawning. So we will bring this back on YouTube later.
You're studying in your room when a loud crash from your ceiling startles you. You hear a commotion from above, filtering in through your open window.
Huh?
You put your head out the window and look up, just in time to see shards of wood sail out of a room a couple floors up. Lynn's room. The stone under your fingertip shakes as more crashing comes from above.
Let's go see what's
You
going
take
on.
the stairs up, 2 at a time, and arrive on the juniors' floor, where several frightened-looking students are staring at Lynn's partially open door and talking to each other in hushed tones. All the crashing has stopped, at least. But so far, no one has worked up the nerve to check on Lynn.
I'll do it. Peek in.
Lynn's room is trashed. Most of the paintings on his walls are shredded, with deep gouges in the stone behind them. Keys from the now broken piano litter the floor.
Beauty and the Beast thing. I get it.
You spot Lynn huddled in the far corner of the room, wide-eyed and staring at nothing.
Lynn, can I come in?
Lynn doesn't look at you, but he nods ever so slightly. You slip into his room and close the door behind you, although it's been knocked off one of its hinges and doesn't set properly. The room is littered with fragments of possessions and pieces of art that you know were important to Lynn. But your heart lifts just a little when you spot the glass figurines of his sisters sitting unharmed on the floor beside him.
What happened?
I was just taking a nap. I'd been practicing a lot and needed to rest.
And then?
I had a nightmare. I was back in the wilds and my sisters were crying out for me to help them. Something had taken them and I couldn't find them. Monsters kept blocking the way. I got angrier and angrier. Felt so desperate to protect them. When I woke up, everything was...
It looks like you did protect them.
Yeah. My piano will think twice before threatening them again.
Lynn walks over to the piano and touches a few remaining keys, listening to the dull thuds.
We can
He
fix
surveys
this.
the ruined art on the floor. Then he looks up at you, face curious.
Why are you here? I'm sure everyone heard the commotion, but no one else came in. Why do you keep coming to me when everyone else is afraid?
All of these are accurate. But this is most death for him. Because I care about you.
I don't know what I've done to deserve that, but it means a lot to me. I need to be practicing my control and dexterity now more than ever. The piano was helping, but maybe this is a sign I should try something else.
Can I touch your hand?
The words are barely out of your mouth before Lin takes a step forward, his arm rising towards you before he pushes it back down, blushing furiously.
Sorry, this thing reacts on instinct. It's a battle to keep it still when I want something.
So you want me to touch it then?
Well, no. I mean, you shouldn't. It's dangerous and gross. Do you want to?
It went fine last time. It's like you were all up on my stomach and chest and you didn't hurt me.
That's true. I don't want to push my luck. Not where you're involved. But things have gone well so far. I leave it to you. Do what you want.
Take his hand.
You reach out to Lin, and he flinches slightly as you take his monstrous hand in your own. Some of the muscle and tendrils farther up quivers, but he keeps the hand itself perfectly still.
I'm stuck between these two. We're going to... bring his hand up to cover your
Lin's
face.
eyes are wide and nervous as you lift his hand up and gently rest your head in his palm, feeling the contours of his thick skin against your cheek. His fingers curl reflexively, and you can feel his razor-sharp claws lightly curling around the back of your head. But his grip is gentle, and he doesn't so much as scratch you.
Well, that's twice now I've put my hands on you, and nothing terrible has happened.
Sassy or romantic? Sassy or romantic? Let's go with I look forward to a third.
That was encouraging, but not the sort of training that's gonna translate to spell work. Can we try something else?
Do you want to make some art?
I'd like that. I haven't made anything new since I got back. Holding a paintbrush with this thing sucks pretty badly. Let's see if any of my art supplies survived my freakout. Yeah, found them. Take whatever you need.
Let's start painting.
The two of you sit quietly for an hour, occasionally chatting as you both work on your own pieces. You catch Lin muttering under his breath from time to time. When the muttering gets especially frustrated, it's always followed by a snap, as Lin inevitably holds his paintbrush too tightly, followed by him sheepishly retrieving another one.
All right, I think I'm done for now. It really does hurt holding a brush with this thing. Good practice, though. All the small motions.
Can I see what you made?
Oh, sure. Just, remember about the hand. I used to be much better than this.
Lin slides a large piece of paper towards you, and you find yourself looking at a beautiful depiction of a city skyline, the lights of its skyscrapers reflected in the expanse of water around it. The brushwork is definitely clumsy, and the shapes suffer as a result, but the idea comes through clearly, and the tone dark and lonely. The viewer isolated from the bustling city in the distance.
Can I see what you made?
Oh, the last time we did this, it didn't go well. Screw it, we ball.
Lin's breath catches as he recognizes himself in your work. An artist himself, he can see all the ways that you've emphasized his
hotness.
His eyes drink it all in for a long minute, his face betraying little emotion.
It's really good. I'm flattered. I'll see if I can apply those lessons to magic. The next time I'm brave enough to give that a try.
How about now?
Too dangerous. I mean, look at my room. Although I don't know how it'll be less dangerous later. I don't think it'll ever be safe while I'm like this.
We'll figure it out
His
together.
eyes flicker to your leg, the one he injured when he first arrived. Then to the gouges he's carved in the wall during his nightmare.
I don't want you to get hurt again. But you've really impressed me, and I think you can take care of yourself. So, I'm gonna trust you with this.
I can keep myself safe.
All right, but if it feels like too much, I'm stopping. We can always try again later.
Agreed. Okay. That one for this
A
one.
light touch.
What if we go here? This gets these two.
That's not
This
bad.
one. 4. Let's go here.
Sweetheart.
These two.
That's not bad.
That's
Better than I would have done.
nice. Okay, that's 2.
Pretty good.
Nice. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Oh, if we can get another pure. Come on.
Huh? Better than I would have done.
We're going to try a refresh. And also throw in a simmer.
Oh, Zai. Creative.
This way. This
Better than
way.
I would have done.
And the 4 there. Let's do another simmer. See if we can get something. Here.
Watch out!
Dang it. Now we don't have another fire one. Let's see if we can go force wave this way.
Creative.
Automatically do that. Finish it. With 1 move left. Finally.
The next hour is stressful for both of you. Lin's magic matches what you've just experienced with his body. Tons of power, not a lot of control. But with you here, Lin is able to practice safely. You shape and redirect the malformed spells, preventing damage to you, Lin, or his room. When Lin calls it quits, you can see that his frustration is just slightly edged out with a bit of hope that he's on the right track.
Thanks so much. You're not hurt, right? I didn't scare you?
You're not as dangerous as you think.
Well, I'm being careful around you. I'm desperate to get back to normal, but as I'm learning a little control, it does feel good to have this much power. Which is why I went out there in the first place, after all.
What is this power?
So, admittedly, I'm an idiot and went off without as much information as I needed. Obviously.
Yeah.
I found an old record in the library. Just an excerpt. Something about an extinct race called the Dvorkin and a map to someplace where one could claim their power.
What are the Dvorkin?
I don't know. I never found the original text. It was sort of a last minute, what am I doing over break sort of thing. I was planning on going home, but then I found this and I thought, why not give it a shot?
That's stupid. Well, you got power out of it.
Yeah, but with too much baggage. I wanted to boost my magic, and this seemed too good to pass up.
Yeah, shortcuts often are. Talk to Amara. What do you need more power for?
Lin's mood darkens, and he looks down at his mismatched hands.
Oh, is there a tragic backstory with his sisters where they're actually dead? Please don't tell me that's going to
I
happen.
just didn't want to suck anymore. Humans start from behind, and even for one of us, I'm just not naturally talented with magic. I study hard, and I'm great at magical theory. Great at precise casting, too. Or I was, until I mutated myself into this. But when it comes to actually channeling magic, I got dealt a bad hand. And it's frustrating. I got a C in Infernomancy last semester. I aced the questions, but couldn't manage more than a campfire. People are nice about it, but I was falling farther and farther behind everyone else. So I went looking for ways to even the playing field. I just couldn't stand the thought of coming back and starting a third year in the same position, behind the poor human who'd never get ahead, no matter how much I tried. I wanted to surprise everyone, impress them. Well, half my wish was granted. I certainly surprised people. Not sure about impressing anyone, though.
I think you're impressive.
Impressively messed up. Maybe. Not many students could screw up this badly over a single break. Thanks for your help, and for listening.
I get why you did what you did.
Thanks. Some of my friends try to sympathize, but they all have natural gifts. They try to help, but it doesn't really translate. I should go rest. Thanks to you, I have enough control back, so I can set up my own wards while I sleep. So I shouldn't have a repeat of that last nightmare. I'm looking forward to some rest without that anxiety.
See you later. Okay, so let's go and just get the chaos up to 5. Okay, end there for tonight.